Greetings. My name is Jeffrey Schneider. I'm the Medical Director of the Burn and Trauma Rehabilitation Program at Spaulding Rehabilitation Hospital in Boston. I'm also the Program Director of the Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System. I'd like to welcome you to our tour of our website and online resources. In this podcast, I'll introduce you to our program and highlight the many components that make up our website. Our goal is to create a place that offers information and resources that will be helpful in facilitating the best possible outcomes for burn survivors. You may reach our website at www.bh-bims.org. The website is designed to be useful for everyone, including burn survivors, friends and family members, healthcare providers, researchers, and other members of the burn survivor community. Although much of the content is updated on a regular basis, the overall layout will remain unchanged. Our homepage will include a navigation bar at the top, links to other websites of interest to the burn community, and announcements about local events, recent publications, and current news items. There will be updates about our current research projects and new findings that emerge in the field of burn injury. Let's start our tour of the website by exploring the navigation bar at the top of the web page and take a closer look at what you will find by clicking on each tab. The About Us tab at the top of the navigation bar begins your tour. The Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System is funded by a grant from the National Institute of Disability and Rehabilitation Research, or NIDR, which is part of the U.S. Department of Education. We are one of only 4 such centers in the United States. The centers are called model systems because they provide model care that spans the complete continuum from the time of injury and acute hospitalization to the years and decades after injury, addressing issues of rehabilitation, community integration, and employment. Model systems also provide high-quality research to improve the physical, functional, and psychosocial outcomes for persons with burn injuries. At About Us, you will also learn about the individual clinicians and researchers that make up the leadership of the Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System. You will find information about our current roles in clinical care, our research interests, and our recent publications. The Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System is a partnership of 4 institutions in the Boston area: Spaulding Rehabilitation Network, the Massachusetts General Hospital, Shriners Hospital for Children in Boston, and the Harvard Medical School. Together, these institutions span the continuum of care, from prevention programs, emergency services and acute care, to outpatient care and rehabilitation. To find out more about the burn services at the Mass General Hospital, Shriners, and Spaulding, click on the Patient Care tab at the top of the page. We have a special focus on critical care and nursing for adults and children, burn reconstruction, restoring functional independence, gaining emotional well-being and confidence, and successful integration back into school, home, and work. Perhaps the most useful page of our website is the Resources section. By clicking on the Resources tab, you will find fact sheets on topics important to the burn community, as well as information about support groups and organizations, foundations, community activities, state and federal resources, and a great deal of information and materials for children, families, and educators provided by the National Fire Protection Association. The Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System works together with other model systems and the Model Systems Knowledge Translation Center, or MSKTC, to develop and disseminate information of interest to the burn community. Fact sheets have been written to address specific burn survivor topics. Current fact sheets on our website include social interactions, wound care and scar management, understanding and improving body image, psychological distress, managing pain, employment, sleep problems, and itchy skin. New fact sheets are regularly added as they become available. These materials undergo expert and consumer reviews to ensure they are up-to-date, consumer-friendly, and based on scientific evidence. We encourage you to use these fact sheets. They are designed to be used by individuals with burn injuries, family and friends, clinicians, researchers, and policymakers. They may be accessed in PDF format by clicking on the Patient Handouts tab in the top right corner of the navigation bar. In addition to the fact sheets, the MSKTC maintains a database of over 200 publications, summarizes research for the non-scientific community, and identifies health information needs and disseminates this information to the burn community. You can navigate to the MSKTC website by following the link on our homepage. Recreation, social interactions, and peer support are important ingredients to a full life and recovery from burn injury. The Resources tab will bring you to information about a wide range of sporting and recreational activities. For example, the Spaulding Adaptive Sports Program and the Universal Access Programs within the forests, parks, and water resources of Massachusetts. The resource section also contains links to peer support and advocacy groups such as the Phoenix Society, Burn Survivors of New England, and the American Burn Association. These organizations offer opportunities to connect with other burn survivors both in person and through online communities. For example, there is information about the SOAR program of the Phoenix Society. SOAR stands for Survivors Offering Assistance in Recovery. SOAR is a hospital-based program where trained burn survivor volunteers provide peer support to current patients. Peer support assists individuals in adapting to a burn injury through sharing similar experiences and providing emotional support. Also in the resources section, you will find links to valuable state and other local resources, such as the Massachusetts Rehabilitation Commission, the Massachusetts Department of Fire Services, the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind, the Department of Conservation and Recreation, the Massachusetts Vocational Rehabilitation Services, and the Massachusetts Burn Injury Reporting System. As I mentioned earlier, research is an important component of the Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System. Research is the use of scientific investigation to improve the lives of burn survivors and to understand their long-term needs. By clicking on the Research tab, you will learn about two of the research projects we are currently engaged in. The first is a study investigating a non-invasive method of brain stimulation called transcranial direct current stimulation, or TDCS, for the treatment of chronic pain and itch due to a burn injury. In this study, we use a small, handheld, battery-powered device to create a low level of current between two locations on the scalp. In previous studies of people with other medical issues, this has been shown to decrease levels of pain and itch. This study takes about 12 months to complete. As part of the study, we will ask questions about pain, sleep, mood, general quality of life, and other issues. This study is open to adults with pain or itch due to a burn injury that is moderate or severe in intensity. The Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System is also dedicated to contributing to the Burn Injury Model System National Database. Burn survivors that receive care at our center are eligible to participate in this study. They complete a questionnaire at the time of discharge from the hospital after their initial injury. They then complete follow-up questionnaires at 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and then every 5 years after that. These questionnaires cover a variety of topics that include physical and emotional health, function, pain, appearance, and social reintegration. The information that we gather from our patients is combined with similar data gathered from burn survivors at the other model system centers across the country. This information is then used by researchers to better understand the long-term outcomes of burn survivors and help clinicians design better treatments. Do you want to learn about what the clinicians and researchers of the Boston-Harvard Burn Injury Model System contribute to the field of burn injury? Our center is a leader in the field of burn research and actively involved in publishing this research. Reporting one's findings in a medical journal is one of the major ways that research results are disseminated to other clinicians and researchers nationally and internationally. This helps lead to advances in the care of patients. By clicking on the Publications tab, you can look through the latest articles published, as well as many more from prior years. We are continuously looking for ways to improve our dissemination of information to the burn community. We welcome your questions, comments, and suggestions by submitting them through the Contact Us tab in the navigation bar. Are there topics that you would like to see addressed in future fact sheets? Would you like to learn more about our research database? Are you interested in learning more about our study on pain and itch? Are there resources that would be helpful to you in your recovery that you would like to know about? Have you discovered information and resources that you have found valuable and would like to share with other burn survivors? You may also contact us by email at bostonharvardbims@partners.org or by phone at 617-952-6311. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast. Visit our website and learning more about the Boston Harvard Burn Injury Model System. The contents of this podcast were developed under a grant from the Department of Education, NIDER grant number H133A120034. However, those contents do not necessarily represent the policy of the Department of Education, and you should not assume endorsement by the federal government.
Thank you for viewing this podcast. We hope that it has been informative. Please take a moment to complete an evaluation of the program by visiting www.bit.ly/burnsurvey1. In the survey, you will find several brief questions about the podcast, which will help us when developing further material. All responses are completely confidential and are not connected to any identifying information. The link again is www.bit.ly/burnsurvey1. Thank you.